From one president to another, and on behalf of the class of 2022, congratulations, Dr. Thompson.
Dr. Thompson, thank you for all that you have done so far for the Westfield State University community and for everything that you will continue to do. We appreciate your dedication and your ability to listen to all of our stakeholders, especially our staff and students. Congratulations on your presidency. I look forward to working with you.
Congratulations, Dr. Thompson! Yay!
It's rare that someone becomes the president of a university, and your accomplishment deserves a toast. This only happens with hard work and dedication, and I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, and keep up the good work.
Congratulations, Dr. Thompson, on your investiture. It's great to have you in our city. We appreciate your collaborative approach to community partnerships and your enthusiasm for community programs and organizations in our area. We look forward to working with you.
On behalf of the class of 2025,
congratulations, President Thompson.
Hi, this is Ronnie.
Hi, this is Stephanie.
Hi, it's Lauren.
From Columbia, Maryland. Congratulations. Your leadership, steadfastness, and drive to establish and accomplish goals are remarkable. We are so proud of you. We wish you continued success as the 21st president of Westfield State University.
We love you.
First of all, I want to say thank you. I am just so honored and humbled to be here to wish the new president of Westfield State a hearty congratulations. Upon meeting Dr. Thompson, I was very, very inspired by her commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and not only for this new term of BIPOC students, but for all students. Her energy, her commitment, her reaching out to the community, especially coming into Springfield, which hasn't been anything that's been done recently, to embrace the whole community, the entire community, for them to get involved. Her vision, her passion, and my commitment, I hope, will make a lasting impact on the students at Westfield State. And I wish her all the best in her new venture. It's going to be a wonderful summer. And again, as so many elected females in Westfield has stated, another glass ceiling has been shattered. Thank you so much, Westfield. And thank you, Dr. Thompson, for taking on this challenge. And I look forward to some very, very good endeavors in the upcoming year.
On behalf of the women's basketball team, we'd like to thank President Thompson for supporting us this past season, and we would like to congratulate her on her investiture as the 21st president of Westfield State University.
Go Owls!
Hi, Aunt Linda. It's Nikki sending congratulations to you from Baltimore. I just want to say how incredibly proud I am of you for this major accomplishment, becoming president of Westfield State University. I know you're going to do a fantastic job, and they're lucky to have you. Congratulations again. Love you.
On behalf of the class of 2022, we would like to wish President Thompson well and say congratulations on her investiture.
Congratulations.
Congratulations and thank you, Dr. Linda Thompson, for accepting the call to action from the Board of Trustees to serve as the 21st president of Westfield State University in such a time as this. We are confident that you will go down in history as a transformational leader in the life and the history of this great university. In such a short period of time, you have been actively engaging the outside community to support your values and commitment to civic engagement on all levels, local, regional, global, and we thank you. Your mission to provide accessible, affordable, and sound academic experiences are not only commendable, but compelling.
Great, Dora. Well said. Very, very well said. And Dr. Thompson, I am very excited to be working with you here in Western Massachusetts. I think you're the first president that's invited me on campus to participate in an event. Your community conversations on health were powerful, and I've heard nothing but good feedback about that experience. But I am really excited about your vision. Now, I heard someone say, I think it was Dora, that you are challenging our community, or will be challenging the community, to invest $1,000. That is 1,000 people investing $1,000, and the sum total of which will support low-income students, BIPOC students in particular. Well, Dora and I have agreed that we're going to be your first $1,000 in your 1,000 by 1,000 campaign. I'm looking forward to phenomenal change in our community as a consequence of your leadership. Thank you, Dr. Thompson, for accepting the office, and thank you for invigorating and challenging our community to do more and do better.
Yes, we feel really honored to call you a friend and a colleague, and we are with you 100%.
Congratulations, President Thompson.
Congratulations, Dr. Linda Thompson. Westfield State University Board Trustee have chosen the 21st president, a leader that has spent the majority of her life promoting policies and programs to improve the life of the next generation. Through your leadership, Westfield State University will continue to provide quality education. I'm honored and proud to know you. Thank you for the wonderful way you do it. I'm speaking as an honorary degree from Westfield in 1991, and I'm part of the family. Thank you very much, and God bless.
On behalf of the class of 2024,
congratulations, Dr. Thompson.
I would like to commend Westfield State University for the selection of their 21st president, Dr. Linda Thompson. Dr. Thompson brings a wealth of institutional knowledge to the campus, and her commitment to increase diversity and inclusion on the campus is something that really struck me. From the beginning, when she came to this area, she made sure she reached out to people in various surrounding towns and communities to talk to them about what they thought about Westfield State and ask for any input or ideas that can help with her strategic plans for the university. The fact that she reached out to community folks outside of Westfield State so quickly showed me that she was really committed to helping to increase the brand that Westfield State University has in Western Massachusetts. I think this is a great day for Westfield State University. You know, the United States Supreme Court has attorney Ketanji Brown Jackson. Westfield State has Dr. Linda Thompson. Congratulations to both of you, the college and to President Thompson.
Hey! Congratulations, Dr. Thompson.
It is my honor and my pleasure to congratulate Dr. Linda Thompson on her investiture as the 21st president of Westfield State University. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to supporting you throughout your career. You have exemplified excellence and really have created policies for public health and public health care strategies. I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited. I received an honorary doctorate from Westfield State University. And so I am so happy to be able to help you to build a bridge towards a healthier community.
On behalf of the class of 2023, congratulations, President Thompson. Greetings from your office. As your staff, we are proud to be part of your bridge to the future and look forward to representing the values and integrity that goes along with serving Westfield State University.
Congratulations on your investiture.
Hi, President Thompson. This is the Student Government Association. We just wanted to wish you a happy investiture. We've loved working with you so far, and we're excited to continue that partnership.
Congratulations. Congratulations, President Thompson, from your Investiture Committee. Yay!
I am Dr. Julene Mills, Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. I proudly call to order Westfield State University's investiture of its 21st President, Dr. Linda Thompson. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Another round. please stand for the color guard and the national anthem sung by Westfield State junior Aaliyah Brown, music major and a member of the urban education program. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the Thank you all for sharing in this milestone ceremony for Westfield State University. I offer a special welcome to State Senator John Vilas, Mayor of Westfield, Mike McCabe, Superintendent of Westfield Public Schools, and Westfield State alumnus Stefan Zaparkovics, and the leaders of Westfield State's sister institutions, State University President Burge, Savalas, Clark, Grant, Keenan, and Maloney. Welcome. Community College Presidents Cook, Kennedy, and Royale, as well as delegates from Massachusetts, New England, and across the country who join us today. Our distinguished trustees, led by Chair Robert Martin, esteemed faculty and librarians, dedicated maintainers, dining staff, administrative and professional staff, and senior leadership. And we would not be here today without our exemplary students. We also welcome Alumni Association President-elect Megan Bishop and our many distinguished alumni who are here today. Our honored guests, Massachusetts Department of Higher Education Commissioner, Dr. Carlos Santiago, and President of Western New England University, former colleague of President Thompson, Dr. Robert Johnson. And of course, our guest of honor, Dr. Linda Thompson. And her many friends and family members who have come a long way to join us here this afternoon. Round of applause for them as well. Now please stand. I promise, just one more time. Now please stand as I ask Reverend Dr. Linwood Smith Jr. community health and wellness advocate, to the podium to deliver the invocation.
Good afternoon. Let us all pray on this beautiful day of sunshine. Almighty God, we ask for your most gracious favor on this celebration today, as we gather with joy as witnesses of this investiture of Dr. Linda Thompson, the 21st President of Westfield State University. We are thankful for Dr. Thompson and ask for your blessings in all of her work as the President Engineer of building a bridge to the future and restoring our health. We don't come here today with our physical geometric formulas to build a bridge, but we ask for your divine building formulas of partnerships, collaborations, conversations, excellence, integrity, accessibility, your divine care for diversity, justice, love, honor, respect, and dignity, and equity in our blueprint. So we ask your blessings over the bridge builders today, Dr. Linda Thompson, our trustees, alumni, administrators, every occupation, every staff member, community member, and the benefactors of this wonderful bridge of learning, our students. Let love, joy, and peace, patience, and kindness, and goodness be the fasteners which holds this bridge together. Oh God, we look to you for inspiration, guidance, courage, and all those things which will enable us to be committed and faithful to the mission of this great institution. We are grateful today for our compassionate leader, Dr. Linda Thompson, and we are grateful for the visionary leaders of the past, and we are grateful for the values of Westfield State University. So we ask that this celebration of our 21st president also be a celebration of 21st century learning education, in which leadership thrives from a humanistic approach to instruction, and students thrive with restored health through learning experiences of success and engagement. And finally, God, we ask that when our students, staff, and community experience troubled times in the living of life, the comorbidities of emotional, physical, and spiritual pain, that the bridges at Westfield be hope for the hopeless, a path for healing for the broken, and as Paul Simon wrote, a bridge over troubled waters. In your infinite wisdom, guidance, and love, we pray. Let the people say, Amen. You may be seated.
Thank you, Reverend Linwood Smith. Now please welcome Dr. Robert Martin, Chair of the Westfield State University Board of Trustees, an advocate for state public higher education, and who is also a former faculty member and provost of Westfield State. Chair Martin.
As I did last night, let me begin with dear friends, dear supporters of Westfield State University. On behalf of my colleagues on the Board of Trustees, welcome to this investiture ceremony, and thank you for your support. Today, we recognize and celebrate our heritage, and like any other ceremony that represents a beginning, we look to the future. Our university's origin is as one of the very first public normal schools in the country, which our former colleague, Dr. Robert Brown, referred to as the people's colleges. When we think about some of the central issues that confront higher education today, accessibility, equity and inclusion, meaningful engagement in society, I think back to Horace Mann's vision for education, that it was an engine for social mobility, the cornerstone of democracy, the tool to build an educated citizenry. He said, beyond all other devices of human origin, education is the great equalizer of the conditions of people. Last word is mine. He said men at the time. That is as relevant and insightful and as necessary today as it was 180 years ago. And I think there's a very straight line between that history, that heritage, and today to the important, I think even noble work that we do as an institution. This is a history that informs and animates President Thompson's vision of the critical role that Westfield State plays today. In our investiture ceremony, we formally installed Dr. Thompson in the office of Westfield State University's presidency, winking at the fact that she's already been at the job for 10 months. And I would say, yes, probably proof to the notion that academia moves pretty slowly. As part of the office, Dr. Thompson will receive a ceremonial medallion inscribed with the seal of the university, representative of the legal authorities, the considerably more responsibilities, and the whole lot more expectations that come with the job. And they represent the expectations not just of the board or of the commissioner or of the Board of Higher Education or even the Commonwealth, but most importantly, they represent the expectations, the hopes, the aspirations of the Westfield State University community and its members. So President Thompson, as we invest you in this presidency, as we invest in you, we expect, and in fact we already know, that you'll commit yourself fully, passionately, thoughtfully to Westfield State University. As you aptly demonstrated at Wednesday's board meeting in your president's report, this is a position that you live pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, reaching out and being accessible to people both inside and outside the university. And you already know sometimes that doesn't feel like enough. And unlike most organizations and companies, universities prioritize the voices and the input of its many members and constituencies. That's a good thing, but it's also a special challenge to any leader in higher education. From many diverse voices creating a unified vision and a commitment to action to implement that vision. Doing all of that in the context of the very intense pressures that higher education confronts today, this institution and virtually every other one, will require all of the skills you've developed over a career in higher education and health care. Skills that impressed the community, the search committee, the board of trustees, innovation in program development and delivery, the creation of community partnerships, and a keen discernment of future trends in higher education and society. Meeting those challenges is a heavy lift under any circumstance. Doing it in a way that leads to strong community support and buy-in that can be sustained will require wise decision-making, but also perseverance, patience, persuasiveness, consensus building, empathy, and humility. We know you'll invest yourself fully passionately, and thoughtfully in Westfield. We stand here as a board and as a university community ready to invest ourselves to be partners with you for Westfield State University's success. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Martin. Now please welcome Dr. Carlos Santiago, Commissioner of the Massachusetts Department of Higher Education, whose time is now short with us, but we thank him for his dedication, his commitment, and his advocacy for Massachusetts State public higher education. Please welcome Dr. Santiago.
Good afternoon. I bring you greetings from Governor Charlie Baker, from Secretary of Education James Pizer, and from the Massachusetts Board of Higher Education Chair Chris Gabrielli. Thank you for the invitation to join you for the inauguration of Westfield State University's 21st president. While this event is a formal inauguration at one of our premier state universities, it is also a celebration. It is a celebration of the investiture of Dr. Linda Thompson. Dr. Thompson has, throughout her career, been the first in her class over an extensive academic life. Today, she becomes the first African-American female state university president in Massachusetts public higher education. This act represents a fundamental change in our cadre of academic leaders in the Commonwealth, a change we cannot understate or take for granted. In my conversations with state university presidents, I sensed that Dr. Thompson, as well as another new president, Dr. Mary Grant, who is here, they're making their mark already. In this COVID era, leadership and continuity matter. Dr. Thompson has joined this group of august presidents at a time when other barriers are also becoming overcome. Specifically, I highlight the Supreme Court's newest member, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, with impeccable credentials and numerous judicial decisions that reflect a sharp legal mind and a proper understanding of the law. She calmly yet unwaveringly answered questions from senators. Those detractors that tried to redefine her record looked foolish and petty, and she remained above the fray. The pride that we all felt at this singular achievement was genuine. My response to Judge Jackson's hearing reminded me of how elated I was upon Justice Sonia Sotomayor's Senate confirmation in 2009. I was proud that a Puerto Rican woman had broken a barrier to get to the high court. For representation matters, particularly in Massachusetts, where in our K-12 system, 42% of the students are of color and only 8% of the teachers are. And research shows how important it is for students to see a teacher or administrator that looks like them and likely had similar life experiences. We can and we must continue to progress. Dr. Thompson brings a wealth of knowledge from higher education institutions and the public policy realm. We are truly fortunate to have her join us. From the brief experience I've had working with her since she joined Westfield State University, the biggest regret that I have is not being able to spend more time working with her upon my impending departure. She exhibits two qualities that I value very much in a leader: wisdom and empathy, and both will serve her well in her new role. I wanted to go off script. My fellow presidents know that's dangerous when I go off script, but I felt the need to because this is an important day for me as well. This has been an important week. The Department of Higher Education has been functioning remotely for 2.5 years. And this week, for the first time in 2.5 years, I stepped on one of our campuses, Bridgewater State University. And today, I am at Westfield State University. And it brought back a lot of memories that were reinforced when I talked to the leadership and students and faculty and staff at Bridgewater State. And this reflects all of our state universities that I know so well. Because I recalled when I was a first-year student in 1970, going to a campus where I knew no one. There was no one that was of Puerto Rican descent other than 4 other students. And I recalled that that was a tumultuous era. We were in the midst of a war, an unpopular and polarizing war. We had the civil rights movement continuing to fight, the women's movement. It was really a time when our society was very polarized. And as I stepped on the Bridgewater campus and talked to the students, I recalled that at that time, I was 18, and I was full of optimism. It was like, these are problems, these are issues, we'll take them on. And today, as I looked at the students at Bridgewater State, I recalled we've just been through an epidemic that has not disappeared. Millions have died across the planet. We are in the midst of a very polarized society where democracy from within has been threatened. We are in the midst of a war that looks similar to what happened in World War II. And I looked at the students and I said, my God, they've got to be despairing. And what I saw from those students, and it reflects all of our students, was hope and the belief that they could fix these issues, that they could overcome. So I just wanted to salute the leadership of all of our universities, public and private, in Massachusetts and beyond. I know some of you are from other states, because the work that you do helps define those students and opens doors for their success. So thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Commissioner Santiago. Now please welcome Dr. Robert Johnson.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. This is a celebration. We're here to salute Dr. Linda Thompson, a bridge to the future. Linda, and I say Linda because we go back 20 plus years when we were at Oakland University together. We never thought that we would end up in the same place at the same time, President Thompson. And both of us being natives of Detroit. Woodward Avenue. You know what I'm talking about, 8 Mile, yeah. The Motown sound and everything that came with it. This is an exciting time. We never thought we would end up in the same place as university presidents, but I'm here to tell you that President Thompson, her entire career, has been a bridge to the future. She has provided exceptional leadership and research to improve the quality of care for children and youth, not only in this country, but throughout the world. She has truly been a bridge to the future. So, to my colleague, to my friend, to my sister, we love you and know that Westfield State University is going to be better as a result of you being here. The state of higher education is at a crossroad. We have inequities everywhere. We see young people trying to figure out how to make it. The academy at times seems to be lost. Sometimes we're so busy fighting among ourselves that we forget about our students. The academy is at a crossroad, but here's what I know. President Thompson is a bridge to the future. Even though we're in trying times with a war in Ukraine and inflation going upwards and onwards and people not being able to afford college or home, President Thompson is a bridge to the future. When we think about preparing our young people for the future of work, for jobs that do not yet exist, to solve problems yet to be identified, utilizing technology that has not even been created. When I think about the life and legacy and leadership of President Thompson, she is truly a bridge to the future. We are at a unique point in time in the history of the academy. And Westfield State University is at a unique time in its history. And it is so appropriate that at this moment, at this time, for Westfield State and for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts to have the first African-American female at a four-year college or university, public institution, in one Linda Thompson. Let's give her a big round of applause. She will lead this institution from the vestiges of the past to the possibilities of the future. She is a pioneer, just like those who have come before us. A nurse, saving people's lives, treating them, touching them, their hearts, their minds, and their souls. She is standing on the shoulders of those nurses who came before her. Most people don't know that Harriet Tubman was a nurse. She was known for the Underground Railroad, but she was also a nurse for the Union Army, providing a service to both black and white soldiers. Today, we salute that next pioneer, not only as a nurse, but as a president who possesses the calm, courageous character of Coretta Scott King, the marvelous mystical magic of Madeleine Albright, the powerful, persuasive prose of Phyllis Wheatley, the bad, bodacious brilliance of Barbara Jordan, the optimistic open-mindedness of Oprah Winfrey, the strong, serene sophistication of Sojourner Truth, the frank fighting fervor of Florence Nightingale, and the humble, honorable heroism of Harriet Tubman. Today, we salute President Linda Thompson.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Thank you, Cameron Kelleher. Cameron is our Student Government Association president, psychology major, and a minor in business and writing. Cameron, wave to the audience, please. And he will leave us in 2 weeks, so this is one of his last duties. I'd like to ask Chair Martin and Student Board Trustee Chloe Sanfacon and President Thompson to step forward. Are we ready? Come on now, are we ready for this moment? Chair Martin.
It's not official till we make it official. So let's make it official. Dr. Thompson, your appointment as president, having been recommended by the Westfield State University Board of Trustees and approved by the Department of Higher Education of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I ask that you take the 2 oaths of office. Please repeat after me. I, Linda Thompson, do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear.
that I will bear true faith
That I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
and allegiance to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
and will support the Constitution thereof,
and will support the Constitution thereof.
so help me God.
So help me God.
One down, one to go. Second oath. I, Linda Thompson,
I, Linda Thompson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
and affirm that I will faithfully and impartially
and affirm that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform all the duties
discharge and perform all the duties
incumbent on me as the president of Westfield State University,
incumbent on me as president of Westfield State University,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations
to the rules and regulations
of the Constitution and the laws of the Commonwealth,
of the Constitution and the laws of the Commonwealth.
so help me God.
So help me God. Good evening. No, good afternoon. I want to thank Chair Martin and Trustee Sassafran and other members of the Board of Trustees. Thank you, Commissioner Santiago. It's been a pleasure working with you. He's been a champion of equity in higher education here in the Commonwealth. And I'm sure that when he steps down, he's going to influence equity all over the country. So I want to thank other members of the Board of Trustees for having the faith in me to serve as the president of Westfield State University. I'm so pleased that so many of the other presidents of the Commonwealth chose to come here this afternoon to share in this event for me. And, you know, I am so pleased that so many members of my family and my friends came here from all over the United States to share in this moment. I love all of you. And I thank you so much for being here. You know, my brother here, President Johnson, you know, someone who I worked with over 20 years ago for giving the keynote, you know, he has been such a warm supporter of me as I came to this job, offering support and guidance and sharing in his wisdom. I just appreciate your being here. It is an honor to have you in Western New England University as a peer and a partner whose mission and goals are so aligned with ours here at Westfield State University. For those of you who I have not yet had the pleasure to meet, I want to share a little about my path that led me here to this podium today. As you heard earlier, the foundation of my professional career has been in healthcare. I am so proud to be a nurse. I have other nurses here today too. As well as a public health professional. My experience in healthcare, including my years advising the mayor of Baltimore and governor of Maryland on health policy, had a profound influence upon me. Even over the course of my transition to higher education and roles at a number of universities. You know, my cousin said, is she gonna stay here? And I told her, yes, I'm gonna stay here. I was most recently at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, and I just want to thank my colleagues from UMass Boston also for being here. Healthcare remains an abiding passion, and education for me served as the bridge enabling me to realize my life's passion. You know, I had a very humble beginning. I lived in foster care till the age of 6, and then was moved to live with my mom, who raised 5 children as a single parent on welfare. My older sister was a teen mom who never finished high school, and my other sister was addicted to heroin and died from a gunshot wound at the age of 21. I knew that I didn't want to have that kind of a pathway. So education for me was my ticket out of poverty and an opportunity to make a meaningful life. I finished high school and became a nurse. Rosemary and I became nurses together. I started working as a public health nurse with populations of young women and children. I learned how social, environmental, economic, and political forces impacted the social and health outcomes of children, youth, and families. It wasn't that I was so sophisticated then, I was a little young, but I saw and I observed. This observation sparked my curiosity and interest in pursuing graduate education. Here at Westfield State University, I have been building my administration around a central theme. The bridge to our future begins by restoring our health. Given the lingering effects that COVID-19 had on our campus, our families, and our communities, the importance of health has never been clearer or more urgent. Our work since I came to campus last year and my vision for the future has centered around developing a collective path and direction towards health in multiple ways: physical health, mental health, fiscal health, structural, economic, and the final thing is looking at the health of our society. With this renewed focus on health during my first 100 days, I sought out meetings with key stakeholders to help contribute to Westfield State University's success. I met with Western Massachusetts business leaders, champions of higher education, local and regional elected officials, impassioned community leaders, and of course, the Westfield State University community, our dedicated faculty, staff, librarians, and the reasons why we come to work each day, our students. Each meeting reinforced my understanding of Westfield State's historical impact and vital role as a force for good. It reinforced my appreciation of our campus's role in the local community and economy, and reinforced my understanding of our role in the lives and well-being of thousands upon thousands of citizens throughout the Pioneer Valley. I discovered that we could all agree that Westfield State is more than just an institution of higher learning. It is an economic engine, a harbinger of opportunity, and a lifeline for so many. It is, in fact, a bridge. By embracing Westfield State's multifaceted role, we are uniquely positioned to educate and motivate leaders of tomorrow. However, as we do so, we must not forget the past. We must use the past to inform and guide our future. We must use it as a bridge to our future. Westfield State has a special history among institutions of higher learning. We were founded, you can see this long chain here, in the 19th century upon ideals that for some, sadly, are still difficult to comprehend today. When Horace Mann founded our institution in the small central Massachusetts town of Barry in 1839, he did so with the understanding that students of any creed, color, gender, or financial standing should have full access to a quality education. Horace Mann's egalitarian charge reminds us that we have a sacred and solemn duty as educators to build bridges, creating tomorrow's leaders with equity in mind, to uplift the voices of those who are unheard, to support and strengthen those downtrodden or disempowered, and to resolve to be a resource and advocate for everyone in need. This duty of equity is core to our mission and has driven our institution's purpose for nearly 2 centuries. It is a vow we take seriously. It's not a trend. It's not merely rhetorical. We were created and commissioned to make equity and social justice core to our mission and thus central to our practices and policies each and every day over the course of our long history. Despite this nearly 2 centuries challenge, the events of recent years have reminded all of us of the profound importance of this duty. They have reminded us that the ongoing construction of our democracy relies on educated citizens. We are grateful every morning to live in a democratic republic, but the preservation of our democracy requires hard work. My page. Hard, sustained work, and it must be continuously nurtured with vigilance and care. We are thus realizing once again that a liberal arts education, one in which diverse backgrounds and viewpoints are fostered, is foundational to a flourishing democracy. We have seen that the inability to access quality education can have on communities and on our entire nation. As we look to the future, we will also be focusing on an approach to stewarding our democracy at Westfield State that I call Horace Mann 2.0, an update, if you will, that revitalizes our operation and everything in our institution. Horace Mann invoked a humanistic perspective that builds upon the goals and values that are core here to Westfield State. We are committed to instilling those values in our students and providing them with the necessary tools and capacities so that they can help their communities flourish and contribute to society in a meaningful way. Students also need to be challenged to think critically and innovatively beyond their communities to their regions, and yes, broadly, to engage in the world. This will make them lifelong learners and global citizens who provide a critical voice for transformative change in matters of equity, environmental sustainability, and justice. Horace Mann believed that helping and serving others should be a sacred part of one's life work. Indeed, for him, helping others succeed was equivalent to success itself. Educators know that learning is not linear, but recursive, not fixed or stagnant, but flexible and lifelong. It means striving to innovate, to cultivate the skills and capacities our world increasingly needs for its citizens. When we hear, for instance, of a skills gap from business leaders, it's time for us as educators to roll up our sleeves and devise programs to help address and fill those gaps. All students must learn how to learn. Learning how to learn equips students to become independent and demanding researchers who can use an array of creative, critical, and computational methods to solve problems whenever and wherever they face them. But the goal of higher education is more profound than workforce readiness. No roadmap shows what lies ahead in the time after college. Students must be prepared for an uncertain journey where anything might happen. They need resources, resilience, translatable skills, and a strong conscience to guide them through whatever challenges or uncertainties that they will face. As I have made my way in discussions throughout the Westfield community, I have been humbled to know that Horace Mann 2.0 has been embraced by our dedicated, passionate, and thoughtful faculty, librarians, and staff. Each group brings to campus a wonderful spirit and ethic of care, and they are not afraid. Our faculty aren't afraid to tell you anything. To move forward with their convictions. They have this spirit, and they value innovation and diversity in all of its forms. I think of Dr. Ahmed, a Nigerian-American visual artist who is Associate Professor of Art and Art History. His work on African diasporic art and the historical and philosophical issues concerning the Black body and cultural identify are powerful and moving. I think about Dr. Kristen Porter, a recently promoted associate professor of biology. Her research spans many subject areas ranging from inflammatory systems in immune cells to women's health issues such as intimate partner violence and HIV. Since arriving on our campus, Dr. Porter has raised $825,000. Give it up for her. to support her research. There are many, many, many more faculty on our campus that I would love to call out, but I'm just giving you a little snippet of what's here at Westfield State University. And of course, the reasons why we are here, our students, all that we do begins and ends with them. As educators, we are frequently humbled by their dedication and perseverance, their activism and service. Yes, it's important to get good grades, to absorb the assignments, but it's equally, if not more important, to be a good neighbor, to be civic and community-minded, altruistic, and kind. Students like Matthew Collier, a senior management major. Matthew is a member of the Commuter Council, a peer advisor, and a member of the Veterans Association. Matthew is an assistant coach for the Westfield Little League, participates in Wreaths Across America, is part of the Massachusetts Air National Guard Disaster Relief Team, a volunteer at the Westfield Soup Kitchen. Are you tired? And serves as part of the City of Westfield's environmental cleanup team. Matthew gives of himself so admirably and selfishly while maintaining a 3.6 grade point average. Or students like Molly Mello, a social work major and psychology minor. Molly was president of the Resident Hall Association during her sophomore year, a member of Alpha Lambda Delta, the Freshman National Honor Society, and a member of the Social Work Association. Molly is class secretary for the class of 2023, social work curriculum chair, and a note taker for the Bonacos Center. Molly also participates in the annual Autism Speaks Walk and volunteers for the Westfield Soup Kitchen. Amazing. Molly does all of this outstanding work while maintaining a 3.9 grade point average. Yeah. We have lots of stars on this campus. So just giving you a little snippet of what's here. So these are the people, our faculty and staff, who are here to effectively develop bridges to the future. For us to continue to build these bridges, we need a collective of helping hands. By working cohesively as a team, our leadership, faculty, librarians, and staff will be able to accomplish great things across our campus, including priorities in our current strategic plan, as well as emerging opportunities that have come to light since the pandemic amid new global challenges. We need hands on campus and hands in the community. And yes, to build lasting bridges, permanent hands, we will need all of your hands to help. First, among the priorities on our campus is the goal to increase access for student success. The student experience is at the heart of our institution. We're planning to realign student access and success programs with a focus on building bridges to the future. Our philanthropic focus will support bridge scholars and fellows, an emergency bridge fund, and funds to support transitions from high school to college and college to the world of work. Scholars will have every opportunity to succeed through exposures to high-impact educational practices, such as internships and experiential learning, study abroad and community service, mentorship and leadership development, undergraduate research and creative endeavors, and learning communities where students sharing the same major live and learn together. We will foster environments where students don't compete against each other, but instead support and teach each other through shared experience. Second is our focus on transforming our campus culture with a commitment to consistently live and practice our values. My listening tour emphasized the need to embed a humanistic approach when educating and inspiring future professionals. Yet more importantly, we must strive to create a collaborative, transparent, and communicative environment that celebrates accomplishments and instills pride in our institution. A third important area is the need to expand resources. We all need those. This goal is critical to ensuring our long-term fiscal and future health. I'm seeking to improve our multi-year budget and planning process, making a stronger case for alumni and philanthropic and corporate fundraising, and focus on identifying grants and new sources of funding. We will stabilize and secure resources through partnerships, diversification of academic programs, technology upgrades, and entrepreneurial activities. And finally, I also have a goal to fortify our enrollment initiatives. We must prepare to recruit, welcome, and support students in an increasingly competitive environment. We must continue to deliver on the Westfield promise by making the college experience more accessible to high school students in our community. We will be asking all of you to help us realize the promise of student success and access by expanding the Early College Initiative with a focus on developing young people to enter careers in the life sciences, developing partnerships to drive innovation and education in regional high-demand job markets, and developing partnerships with community-based organizations to help low-income and first-generation students apply and qualify for college. This too is Horseman 2.0. The COVID-19 pandemic created fear among administrators in higher education, fears that enrollment will decline. Experts continue to raise the alarm that the next generation of students will not choose to go to college, that they no longer see the value in higher education, and that the accumulation of debt and the abundance of jobs not requiring a degree and the higher cost of living will guide young people along different paths that do not include a traditional college experience. So I want to challenge this fear. Why? Because each year, well over 60,000 Massachusetts residents graduate high school, and over 45,000 of them, roughly 3/4, want to go to college. And some 25,000 will attend a public institution in the Commonwealth. This is an enormous opportunity, not only for Westfield State, but all of our regional public universities, because we can provide any young person in Massachusetts, from the Berkshires to the Cape, bridges to high quality, affordable education that provides them both with the technical and critical thinking skills that gives them a bridge to the future. Additionally, I do not share in the fear of declining enrollment because Westfield State has long been non-traditional in its approach to providing access and educational opportunities and support to many diverse students. The single parent looking for new opportunities, the auto mechanic hoping to work in on computers instead of cars, the clinical assistant with dreams of becoming a nurse, and the person contemplating their progress at midlife who decides to go in a different direction. No matter the circumstances, we can offer and will continue to offer each person the chance they need. As a regional public university, we are in the best position to help students invest in their own future at the pace and cost that works best for them. My colleague, President Johnson, took the job at Western New England University because he understands that we must strive to keep our students challenged and our curricula fluid. Dr. Johnson was correct when he said in a recent interview that we are teaching our students to do jobs that do not yet exist. Our students might graduate and have numerous jobs in a variety of industries over the course of their lifetime. Higher education must keep up as the pace of change accelerates. We must be nimble and adaptive and embrace change. We must welcome innovation. In doing so, we will provide the foundational knowledge for students to eventually get hired in all of those jobs. And we must be the bridge to help them get there. Their learning and ours must never stop. Graduates of higher education generally, and from Westfield State University in particular, are sought out to lead people through these complex times when our very health is at risk and the fragility of our democracy is frighteningly apparent. If we can commit to practicing our values, to not being afraid of change, and to supporting and uplifting each other, we will build strong bridges that can weather any of the challenges we face and steer ourselves toward a healthy future, which we know we must prepare and plan for now. I am deeply humbled by the honor to lead Westfield State University as its 21st president. Each of you have placed in me your trust to help our campus navigate these difficult times and cultivate opportunities for our growth. The past 10 months have been a whirlwind. A good and generative whirlwind. I am looking forward to working with all of you to collaboratively build sturdy bridges to the future and to shine a bright light on the people and the programs that make Westfield State so singularly and so special. Thank you.
Thank you, President Thompson. Another round of applause for Westfield State's 21st president. So refreshments are coming shortly. We just have a few housekeeping tasks I'm informed that we must adhere to. We have 3 representatives that are here today. Representative Brian Ash, Representative Bud Williams, and State Senator Adam Gomez. Please stand and be recognized. Let's stand for the benediction. I ask Reverend Smith to return to the podium.
As we say congratulations and show our love to President Dr. Linda Thompson. Let us pray. Oh God, today you have given us the blessing of uplifted hearts for what we have seen and what we have heard. So we take this time in the closing of this celebration to thank you for the blessing of President Linda Thompson. We thank you for her action of leading and serving this present age of the Westfield State University community with a compassionate heart and a willing spirit. We ask that you bless the leadership, alumni, every occupation, every staff member, every student, with the focus of providing a welcoming and rich educational environment where students thrive beyond these walls, that they thrive as stewards of economic, social, and cultural justice and equity for all. And in our work, when we hit those dark hours of despair, when things don't look right and fair, let us carry the voice of the great statesman John Lewis, who said, when we see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have to speak up, and you have to say something, you have to do something. Let it be then as a community of conversation, a community of diversity, a community of collaboration and excellence, that something be done because of our values, that something be done because of our commitment to all members of the local and global community, that something be done for the dignity, love, and respect of one another. Oh God, we come realizing that you can keep us from missing our mission and purpose, and you can ascend us to the victorious mountaintop of building a strong community. So we, with humility, we ask that you protect us, strengthen us, and guide us today and forevermore. Let the people say amen.
Amen. Thank you, Reverend Smith. The proceedings are at a close, and it is time for us to celebrate even more President Thompson's investiture. We ask that you remain standing as the platform party departs, with President Thompson leading, and our MSCA chapter president, Professor Chiano Boyce, who is our mace bearer today. Right across, for those who are new to campus, just right across from us, we will have refreshments available for you. Please take the time to say hello to President Thompson, to celebrate with us, and to meet our wonderful faculty, staff, librarians, and campus community that are here today. Thank you again for coming, and one final round of applause for President Thompson.